So we're going to call the meeting to order at 12:25 p.m. Welcome, everybody. Tina, you want to go through roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Jose Zuniga,
Present.
Mr. Juan Gonzalez, not present yet. Mr. Oscar Lopez.
Present.
Ms. Eva Montes, not present yet. George Gonzalez.
Present.
Mr. President, you do have a quorum.
Thank you. Citizen comments. There isn't any citizens at this time. We'll leave the comments open until the end of the meeting. Item number 4, discussion and possible action on Hamilton apartment repairs, improvements, residential and commercial leases, operations management, and any other matters.
We leave this item on the agenda so that we can provide you any updates on the operations as per our division helping out the Hamilton. So I'll leave it up to Humberto Delgado. If there's anything that you would like to report to the board at this time?
Currently, we're working on the vacant units. We have been working on the 100 TBRA assisted units, which needed to be completed first. So, for them to continue being subsidized. So we already completed those. We're just waiting on the payment on the subsidy. It is about $60,000 more or less, which is, we're waiting on that. And right now we're concentrating on repairing the vacant units. I have a list of the vacancies.
Can you tell me on those 100 units, what did you complete on them? When we said
the 100 units, general maintenance. Some of them, we had to clean the carpeting. We had to pay somebody to do a deep cleaning on them. Repainting, water faucets,
minor stuff?
Minor stuff, yes.
Okay.
But there were 100 units, so,
That's why it took time.
Yeah, that's why it took time, yes. So right now, currently, we have about close to 6 units, and the other ones, it's gonna say exactly, more or less in general terms, what it means. Most of those, should be ready within a month. We already rented about 3 or 4 units, not included there. And we're working on the list right now. We're calling people and we also have a couple of applicants from the TBRA assistance program.
So all in all, how many vacancies are there right now?
Right now, there's like 24 vacancies, including the ones that are ready.
Okay. And then on the TBRA side, how many vouchers do you all still have? We have 3 vouchers.
So like the one that was 700 days or whatever, how soon
It depends.
will that be ready?
It depends, what it needs. We're trying to get the ones that need the least.
Those are generators,
Yes.
plumbing, electrical.
Exactly, yes, and there are ones, there are some, there's like 4 that are gonna need extensive repairs. They are really bad.
But it's not really a reflection on you guys because, the ones that are a lot of days, it's because
Yes, that's how they work.
That's how they work.
Yes.
The lack of attention from
Yes,
the
exactly.
previous company.
Yeah, like we had discussed in the past, the previous company, before they left, they stopped making any repairs like 6 months before at least. So when we came in, we started working on those repairs first. And for the most part, it was maintenance. Water leaks in the units themselves, and the water pipes, the sewer pipes, the main pipes.
So the ones that are tons of days here, are you going to try to get those out first, or just the ones that are like 11 days out? That just
First.
Or what do you think in the next 3 months?
More or less.
You'll get everything.
More or
Those
less.
24?
But I'm trying to work on the ones that need the least
No, I know.
first, so we can start renting them.
Okay.
That's a plan, unless you you let me know that, you're one of those.
No, you're good. Just asking because, I mean,
I think those that have been there the longest, they're the ones that are more severe and more, gonna be more, yeah, they're gonna require more work. So we're trying to do the easy, low-hanging fruit first,
Right.
so that we can turn them over and get them,
I remember Capstone had told us that it was only 11 units.
No, I know.
yeah, it ended up not being enough.
let's get someone who's saying that maintenance, repairs, and cleaning.
There's always any vacancies.
There should always be, I mean, even their budget would always reflect like a vacancy, but like a small percentage. You should always have, I mean, when this, I guess, when it was doing a lot better, we would always see like maybe a turnover of 4 or 5. That's, and that might be because of turnover, right? So someone
Yeah,
would
somebody
give
passing
you,
away and
yes,
stuff like that.
they would give you, and then it would take you maybe 30 days to go in there, clean it, paint it, get it up and going. Should be no major issues because every issue should have been addressed, like if there's any leaks. So when we noticed that wasn't happening, they were just like people were moving out, and instead of fixing them, they were leaving them, and it might have been because they were just not doing the repairs. So, but we're trying to get on at least identifying the quicker turnaround.
There's 11 studios, so those are the smaller ones, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't those be easier to kind of fix?
Yeah, that depends what they need.
It depends what they need, yes. Yeah.
It's good, it's good, all this in cleaning, repair, maintenance, so.
The ones that say general maintenance are the ones that are gonna be fast.
There's a lot of them. Okay. Yeah, what are you doing? So, good.
How about the shower?
We're using municipal housing staff right now. That's the other, hurdle that we're trying to, see how best to use our staff because we are pulling from other.
Well, because also there's 2 more options, right? And one of them is to hire a contractor, which would be expensive, but then when we would hire public works to do some of the work, like they know what they're doing, they can
That was going to be something that we were going to ask the city to assist us with because we do need, if we had a little bit more staff, it would get us probably a quicker turnaround. What we're seeing is that to contract it out, we did think of that option, but right now we're so behind on some of the payments that were left behind. Remember, they left us behind with vendors about.
But if you don't make money, you have less.
Well, it's gonna take longer than
And
people.
even right now so basically right now the board is not paying salaries the way they were paying to that, and they're still barely trying to like just pay the bills.
Yeah, because of the repairs and the maintenance that was not done, by the other
Do
company.
you have a cash flow analysis? Because I was looking for that.
I don't
Send it to you.
No, we haven't sent you the recent one because again, we're doing everything manually. We're not using any,
Plus, they barely sent us the last statements on Friday.
Yeah.
But if we could do that, if we could use public work, I mean, the thing is to get ready to rent, and we can't use the contractors we were using before, because we still owe money, we're still negotiating with them.
all the numbers, there's like.
They left us in a bad state, so, but Humberto and the team is trying to do the best.
The city of John Ortega budget, and we kind of work out the middle.
The problem is the budget also.
Yeah, but that's what we say, how much money do we have? Can we spend $10,000? Okay, John, what can we do for $10,000 to fix the bathrooms, can we fix, can we paint,
Yes.
Yeah, and that is something that we were gonna start proposing to the city because we do feel that we need a few more bodies so that we can move some of these projects along.
Because first of all, we get the work orders or anything wrong with the units, that's what we tackle first. That's what we work on first. And then if we have time, we continue, getting those units ready. But we have more, because we have to work with the same personnel that we have for municipal housing, and they have the work orders also, so they're going back.
So apart from these repairs, we're still addressing daily repairs on units and on the building. But,
So yes, if that was the original plan, we had requested, a few, I guess, to borrow some
staff.
employees from other departments.
Pay them first.
They're keeping track of, or they're keeping track of what the city is doing to help us or whatever, so. Just trying to make it work.
And that was gonna be the other issue, and I think we can talk a little bit more on the legal and finance side of it. We had asked on how the board, so the money coming in is technically not accessible through our city financial. So how do you pay a city employee from the board? That was the other issue. So
It would have to be directly
we can buy the
from the
materials
city as
and
contribution,
Yes.
something like that,
Yes.
with the
Yes,
same
that's
project that is being used.
Just keeping track of it.
When we use a project,
No, I understand that, but how do you
You just pay,
get
you just pay
the
the
board
sale
to
rate
pay back?
You just pay the sale rate of $10,000. I'm putting
Yeah.
on 10,
Right,
whatever
whatever
it
it
is,
is.
right?
Okay.
You just pay them and then the city pays their normal payroll.
Okay, and that was our question, and we hadn't gotten a response on how to do that. We were told that we couldn't, that the board couldn't pay the city. But I can go and revisit it.
Through an MOU, you can.
Okay, we can revisit
Through
that.
an MOU.
Because the city just gave the board money.
They give us money.
The city gave the board money so that we can pay some of those expenses and some of those items that were lingering. But we can definitely revisit that and come up with a plan and present it again to the city and see how we can offset some of these costs. Okay.
Tina, in a lot of these rooms, I think at one time we talked about, on the, I think, most of them have showers or is it
There's a mixture. So the reality was that, yes, the reality was that they were all done by tubs. They all had tubs, but little by little, they,
Well, I don't know, the discussion was like, they were getting big and they were gonna try to,
yeah, I don't think they ever did that. I don't think they ever did that. We can look at how much that would cost.
Yeah, because that's the road for elderly, you can't. Come up there,
They've done some retrofit with like different like programs. Like whenever the tenant had a program, they would come in and they would give them, permission to do there was, I don't recall, I know Sarah mentioned it one time that there was a program that would come through the Palomita service or through the healthcare provider service that would allow them to do the renovation, and they did. So I would have to take an inventory. I don't think we have an inventory of how many tubs are still there, but I would say possibly a big majority are still tubs.
Anything again, the Laredo Affordable Housing can help us or help and see maybe there's funding out there that the board can apply for to be able to assist with a lot of the repairs, like maybe even energy efficiency and changing the tubs to showers.
Or is that going to be done by the developer once we?
And that's a question that we could ask the developer, if he took that into account. I don't know if he was just gonna leave, but that's a good question. We could definitely ask him.
I think that's an important question, because we're dealing with elderly. They shouldn't be in tubs.
We can definitely ask him.
and since I guess we're talking about that, we received a request from a provider service agency to make some modifications to a restroom, to a bathroom, to convert to a shower. Normally with the city, we have to check the vendor, whoever's going to be doing the improvement on city property. We have to check their credentials, we have to get the request first from the authorization from the state agency and the insurance company that's working on this. And they have to provide a scope of work, we have to approve it, we have to make sure, we're checking to see, what it is that they're doing.
Insurance.
Do they have insurance, and they have to provide us, there has to be a contract where they have to give us, warranty, 1-year warranty on it. This is not the city, and, I have a copy of what they want to do.
I would recommend that, and it's up to the board, but this for municipal housing units, we've established a process for these agencies to request this assistance or this approval, we ask, the most important thing that we started asking is that whoever comes in as a contractor has insurance and has the right scope of work. We want to see the scope of work, we want to see the type of materials that are being placed. These agencies are not used to doing this type of, so we do get some resistance sometimes from the contractors that, but we've never done this before. That's fine, but you all are the owners of these units, and I think it's the best to ensure that who's coming in is vetted and knows how to do the work. So if you allow us, we can follow the same process that we have for our other units. And then more importantly, we do ask that any applicable permits be taken out. They're not used to taking out permits.
Right. And the only issue I have is, why do we want to use somebody from out of town? Why don't we try to keep it here local?
So that is based on the process of the program.
Because the people are out of mission.
They go out of beds, I believe, you know.
So it's a
the
state.
agency, the insurance
Yeah.
agency.
So we might not have control of who, all we have control is, do we allow this modification to be done or not?
Right.
Because since they're state agencies, they do get state funded, and they have their procurement process. They procure which contractor they're gonna use. So, I mean, I don't
So
really.
this health plan sees one of our tenants and they're the ones that are requesting it.
And they're good programs. It's just, we've encountered one or two of them that sometimes they're like, well, my contractor never shows me insurance. I mean, again, I can't speak for private citizens on what they allow to be done in their home, but as a public entity, I would suggest that we just follow a process, if anything. And I think at a minimum, insurance, you know, being able to explain to me what their scope is, what exactly are they gonna do, and what are they gonna provide to our unit.
It doesn't say how much that's gonna cost.
Because it's not gonna cost us, they're gonna.
No, I know, but how much?
Yeah, we would wanna know.
I would want to know, are you talking about $20,000 worth of work, or are you talking about $10,000?
And we can use our, you know, what we use our policy to ask for whatever is needed. But aside from that, I think, you know, I've never done a repair here. I've done it in you know, municipal housing, so I would like to maybe request engineering to go and check to see, you know, if they're not gonna change any structure, you know.
We can work on it could be a combination between engineering and our housing rehab staff. Our housing rehab staff can assist.
They show the
Yes.
plans, right?
Yeah, and again, I understand that these agencies vet their contractors a certain way. I just want to make sure that regardless if they're from out of town or in town, they would have to follow the same process. And ask for any permits if applicable.
I think if you already have an established process, we just adopt it. That way, I mean, we don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, what do you normally require on insurance, is general liability, maybe workers' comp, I don't know, at least GL, in case they do something.
Yeah, whatever the city requires for its vendors, that's what we require.
I think it's important for us to work on the MOU, because there's a lot of things that are intersecting.
And MOU between the board and the city?
Yes. We'll just get the parameters.
There's an agreement to assist them, but I don't think there's an MOU to specify, I guess, more on the.
Okay.
But there was just, it was an agreement that they're gonna give you X at the beginning to help us.
I think it was just for that 65.
Yeah, for the 65.
So we didn't actually add any, okay.
Because we're talking about engineering, personnel, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, and that's, yes.
Yeah, we don't have that. No, I guess it went to council, it comes an item
When they approved that 65.
yeah, for us to assist, but it doesn't specify, you know,
Going forward.
yes, to what extent, I guess.
Okay, with those parameters.
Yes, yes. Okay. I think that was just a little recap of the operations, the management right now of on the commercial lease. Has he paid?
They get paid, they're still pending to pay, there's two invoices, one for 540 and 570 and 565, something like that. One for the door,
Okay,
and the other one is for the cleaning of the grease trap.
okay. Yeah,
But the rent's paid, is it correct?
Yes, they're paying,
And they paid?
they established $3,000. Yes, they have.
and we renewed the lease, right, for this
We signed the new extension
extended?
for the 6 months,
Okay.
yeah, at $3,000.
And they signed it also?
Are they doing okay? Do you know?
The last time, well, on Friday, since they haven't paid, those two invoices, I asked the lady that's here in the office to ask for the payment, and they said that they didn't have money, and they kind of mentioned that yeah, they were already leaving. I don't know when, but I need to go talk to them right now.
I heard that they were trying to lease a unit in McPherson, so if they're doing that, they have to have money.
Exactly. Yeah.
They have to have money. I think they're,
Yeah.
And I think that's always been the issue, is that they come and state one thing to the board, but then their actions are not reflective of that. But again, we'll put that in writing, that they're still pending those invoices to make sure that they pay
Talking about the restaurant?
the restaurant.
How much?
So they finally caught up, but they still have some pending invoices, because there was 2 items that we had to fix because they were,
Let's put it on the restaurant equipment. They don't pay us.
well, yes,
I know we want to be good partners, but it's like, come on,
yeah.
how much do they owe us?
Right now, it's just 2 invoices.
Oh, I thought it was bigger.
No, I think they caught up for the most part. Yes,
Okay.
they caught up, but other than that, they renegotiate their lease, and they're kind of like on a month-to-month, and yeah, we hear that they're gonna,
They're gonna leave.
and that's
fine. But they say they don't have money and they're looking for units in McPherson.
Food is so expensive, and then they give you very little. Very little. Okay, good. Was that shrimp?
so.
Also have a quote from Home Depot to buy 4 pieces of floor plans, there's 2 ranges and 2 stove and 2 refrigerators. The only thing is that they don't take temporary checks. So I was thinking,
Yes, we don't cashier check. We can look cashier check, no problem. Just have,
yeah, I'll make a note there that, to prepare a cashier's check instead of a,
just tell my neighbor, remind me if we need a cashier check for that one, and we'll make one right there.
okay, because the last thing that I have is I guess if you're gonna allow me to negotiate a contract with it's an insurance agency, and they want to go there and offer their Medicare insurance services there. They want to go 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, in the morning only, 8:30 to noon, something like that. And they want to use just like a booth. It says 8x4, but I was thinking more of a 10x10 space that we would allow. If we go by square footage on what we actually rent the commercial spaces, it will be around $144 a month, as if they were there like the whole week. But,
I think that's something reasonable, because I've been looking at pop-ups, like where usual pop-ups, like at the mall and everything else. I mean, we can compare, because if they're asking to do basically like a pop-up here, and we can offer that to anybody else that comes in and wants to offer them something. I mean, we had talked about maybe a coffee place would want to come once a week and put a little pop-up. I think usually pop-ups range from $25 to $50 per event. Per event. So I think charging them $100 a month
That's cheap.
is
it's
They make $400 commission on each one if they sell.
Unless we do $20
For Medicare.
per day. The day that they want to show up,
I don't know how many they sell,
$20.
but
I think most pop-up charge about $25 per event. So,
and they would use it all month?
no,
That's
they
like
want to
2
do
days?
twice.
2 days, 2 days a week, yes.
So
On a continuous basis.
8 to 10 days.
I think
Yes.
$150
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, 150 is, and they're helping the
I think
They're
they
helping
make a
the
motion to give them back the permission to,
I'll second it. There's a motion, but there's a second to let them work
To
on
let us
negotiate.
negotiate. The two items that we would recommend is for them to show us proof of insurance, just like any other vendor showing up to our properties. And the other item would be, we have a draft indemnification document that we would require them to sign. So if you accept that.
Sure, it's part of the motion.
Also, aside from the lease agreement.
Correct.
Yes.
So we have a motion and a second to give Humberto permission to negotiate the contract. Everybody in favor? Everybody against? Motion carries.
The ranges would be 150 to 200.
I would think, yeah.
So they, I'll throw them in the $200 and then they say yes.
And I think that's a good thing to establish like a vendor fee like that, because it does allow us.
In case somebody else sees it and wanna do something there.
We've showed it to some people. I think there's potential for a little pop-up coffee shop to go in there once a week, twice a week. And there's possibilities of any.
We have plenty of space on this lot. It's a big lot.
This week and next week, we're gonna do the third, fumigation on all the units, 165 units.
All right,
Yes.
for bedbugs, or
For
everything, for roaches and
For roaches, yes. We've done it already last month and the month before that. And there's gonna be a third treatment. A couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, we finished doing the second fumigation for bedbugs. When we did that, we had to tell the tenant that the mattresses, we had to throw them away, which we did. And I got this agency to donate mattresses for those people. It's Lucy de Leon, Pastora Lucy de Leon.
All right, thank you.
So that's what we did.
Has there been any other complaints?
No. No.
That's got to
I think for the most part, most of the tenants have expressed the change that they see. And then they've expressed to our staff that, they feel that there's at least more accountability for when they request something.
Very positive changes, that's what we heard.
Thank you guys for doing that.
Okay, so I think that's everything on our side for that item.
Thank you, Humberto. Item number 5, request for executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.072 with regards to a possible agreement between the Laredo Housing Finance Corporation and Gianni Capital concerning the property located at 815 Salinas Avenue, Laredo, Texas, postponed on November the 13th, 2023.
And we're going to go into executive session.
Second by Oscar, everybody in favor?
Okay. For the record, the time is 12:54.